I'm able to run my team, my branch, my business the way that I want. I have the freedom and the flexibility to, do what's necessary. And then it's not just monetary success, it's also just having that peace of mind and the flexibility to kind of, again, have the life that you want. All right, Mike, let's talk a little bit more in depth about, the culture at MortgageRight and what it really means and really what's been offered and built here. How would you describe the culture at MortgageRight for people that work for the company?
Yeah. First, I would say that when you decide to work anywhere, the culture piece of this is as big of a piece as any piece.
Right.
Okay? So there's always going to be some unknown until you get into a place. So I can share really my own personal experience from running a branch here for 10 years. And I think this is a huge reason why I work here and I've had success here, okay? So the way I would explain it is MortgageRight, you can expect a very close-knit environment, okay? And when I say that, I mean we know everybody that is important in the company that you do business with on a personal level, okay? And that goes a very long way. So, for example, if I have an issue on a loan that I have in underwriting, okay, I will literally shoot a text message to the underwriter, okay? I've known her for years. She takes most of my files. We've got that chemistry. And really, this is just an example there of, hey, Sean, can you explain that condition to me? I'll literally do that by text message, okay? And we know that at most companies, that's not the way it is. At some companies, you can't even talk to the underwriter, okay? You can't get an underwriting manager on the phone. So again, the way I look at this is that MortgageRight is a very close-knit group, and as a branch manager, you have access to everyone that is important when it comes into the process of how you're doing business.
No, that makes a monumental difference. And look, I mean, having a dedicated underwriter for your branch is huge. Like you said, you can have that chemistry, that synergy over time. You create a real relationship. And, that's one of the things that I appreciate the most about working here is the ability to really problem solve, put our heads together and really figure out these issues, especially as you get busier. And, you can really scale up and have that ability. And look, I mean, problems come up, challenges come up, and being able to call someone and work through something in the moment, I think is critical just to keep that file moving. And that makes a really big difference. I know a lot of companies maybe don't offer that, but I think that that's one of the biggest takeaways we do have here at MortgageRight. And again, one of the things I appreciate the most is really that, and just having the freedom to have that access and be respectful enough to not abuse that, but also use it when necessary to get things done. I think makes a huge difference in being able to operate and not be unnecessarily stressed out.
Yeah, and I also look at it as MortgageRight is a very pro closing loans type of mentality.
Good point, yeah.
And that's just not the way it is everywhere, I promise you. But everybody here, underwriters, compliance people, closers, even the owners, are very pro getting loans closed. So again, as a branch manager, I've got firsthand experience of these kind of things happening. And I can't tell you how many times I've had one issue or another to where I picked up the phone, I called Tanner, one of the owners, explained to him what's going on, and literally the owner of the company is actually helping me reach out to the underwriter, speak to the underwriting manager, look at things from how I presented them, and gotten loans closed.
Right, to be able to get the deal done. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's really what matters. And that's what anybody remembers is actually execution, getting it done. And, having that flexibility, something else to mention is, I feel like I'm not micromanaged here. I'm able to run my team, my branch, my business the way that I want. I have the freedom and the flexibility to, do what's necessary. And that's been my experience as well as, I feel like they do support that entrepreneurial spirit, that small business feel. I feel like I own my branch and, they're very practical when it comes to making branch decisions, whether it's marketing, hiring, different aspects. And that's one of the things that I think does give us a big advantage, that we're not as restricted and there's not as many layers as a lot of companies out there. And that does make a big difference in your bottom line, but also, again, in reducing unnecessary stress that can be part of this job. A lot of that's eliminated with the flexibility and the autonomy we have.
Totally agree. And again, I think that's something that's very easy to overlook, but the truth is, it's all about finding the right size company.
No, good point.
And there's no question, when you're a mortgage company and you get to a certain level and a certain size, a lot of the catering that I enjoy, that I get here, is taken away, right? Because it's just impossible to do.
Yeah.
It's nobody's fault. Everybody would like to have that level of personal relationship with their employees, but when you get to a certain size, it's just not possible, okay? And at MortgageRight, again, this is just what I'm saying is big for me, is I feel that personal relationship with everybody I've worked with, and that just makes everything operate better. They're treating me as a person, not just as a guy running a branch. So again, there's a ton of value there with the way that MortgageRight is set up, meaning the access and the level of access that they provide and give to each branch manager.
No, a critical point, and everything needs to click for you to be successful. And these are all good high level points to mention. And something else to add is really the lifestyle, I think, of running a branch at MortgageRight. The flexibility that you have, the freedom to kind of set up your life the way that you want to. Be able to run your business and be able to set up what's important in your life, whether it's, spending time with your family, your kids, their athletics, vacations, different things. There's very little restrictions, if at all, and I'm able to kind of set up my life to include my business and have everything click so it is smooth. So that's one of the biggest things that, we talk to branch managers all the time, and, there's a lot of, concern about, micromanaging, limitations, things like that. And, you gotta remove those things from your life and from your business, I think, to be able to really hit that level of success. And it's not just monetary success, it's also just having that peace of mind and the flexibility to kind of, again, have the life that you want. And that's just really a beautiful thing. And that's what's going to give you longevity over time doing a very difficult job.
No, exactly. We work in a high pressure job, and I take a lot of that for granted. But you're right. Setting up a branch with MortgageRight is very much you running your own business. So if you're at a job right now where you got to be there by 9 o'clock every day and leave at 5 o'clock, that's not at all what this is. If you've got a job where you just don't like your boss, or you're on a strict schedule type of situation, this kind of a model is totally opposite of that. Now, of course, every successful branch manager, on their own has their own set of work ethic and what they do every day. But this is, absolutely you deciding when you work, how your hours are. And again, I take that for granted, but, that's a huge plus.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, I think that's a big reason why we have such a high retention rate at the company, is that, people are able to operate, they're able to, do their business, they're able to close loans. But again, that work-life balance that we're able to achieve here is critical. And, again, it's a beautiful thing to be able to do it. And I feel like they've really done a great job with the platform to remove, those big ticket items that do cause stress, that do cause friction, to really focus on what's important, which is being able to close loans, work together, get the job done, and then continue to do that over a long period of time.
No, and I think that's a really great point, is if you're somewhere right now working and you're ripping your hair out to do business every day,
Yeah.
okay, you're fighting tooth and nail to get your deals looked at, to get questions answered, to get loans closed. The idea there for me is that you may be doing okay doing that, but there's no way you can continue that. You know, that can't be the way things are for the rest of your career. You've got to find a place where things are easier, you've got more control, you've got people actually working with you that actually care about what's going on.
No, absolutely. All good information, and there's definitely a better way to do it. And you know, it's really interesting to really dig into those points. I don't think that a lot of people talk about that enough. And you know, just having mental clarity and spending time with your family and doing the things that you want to do, just really rounds out. I think your career once you get to a certain level, and it makes it fun. You can be successful, you can make a lot of money, but also be present in your own life and take care of the things you need to take care of.
Absolutely, absolutely. I really can't agree more that work is not the number one priority, right? Health and family and peace of mind, these are key to just having a success. These are keys, honestly, to being successful.
Agreed.
You can't be successful without having that, okay? It's not, again, you can't maintain a grind, okay? You need somewhere that at least provides some type of support. You want to work with people that you like, okay? That's another thing. If you're working right now and you just don't like what you're doing, don't like who you're working with, that is not something that's sustainable. You need a model that is sustainable. And yes, that work-life balance is overlooked, but it's a very important piece.
No, it's very, very important. And, I think that's a big part of what we have going on here. And, if people are looking for a better opportunity, they're looking for something different, check out the MortgageRight platform. And it's all been designed to really support you and put you in control of your business and your life, frankly.
No doubt. And the last thing I would say is that work-life balance leads me to when I wonder why so many good people in this business move around so much.
Good point.
And that's exactly why. We're all dealing with the same kind of things when it comes to getting loans closed, pleasing our customers, pleasing our agents, dealing with underwriters. We all know that. But when you see people moving around so much, it's because that work-life balance piece is not what it needs to be. And I think that's why you've got so many branch managers at MortgageRight who've been here for years and years and years, like me, who's been here for 10 years.
No, all good information, and it really is a good setup. There's no doubt about it.